Good morning, everybody. Happy to be here. Happy that you came and attend the conference. It's a pleasure for me to be here, and thank you for the organizers. Oh, I can't, if I step down, you can't see me. This is why I'm up here, but then I have the problem with the mic. But I can manage. Okay. Like that? Okay. Okay. Well, yes, I am here to speak about the European Union. And honestly, when I brought my presentation together, it's very difficult for the moment to speak about the European Union. But that makes me nervous. Okay. You can hear me? Okay, good. Okay. Well, because in the European Union, we are facing, it's the wrong one? I managed. We are facing a green transition. And we have a lot of future challenges which are coming up. And I would like to speak a little bit about these challenges to you. And, well, maybe you're aware, and I will come back to that, and because we had many seminars, and you should know that there is a cosmetic product regulation in Europe, and in the next presentation, my friend Gita, she will speak about the comparison to India. So we all know that the European legislation is the model for most of the world. And in this afternoon, we will hear about MOCRA, and well, I have to say, we are very proud of our American colleagues who have made a good job to get their cosmetic regulation in the US, but I don't know whether they are aware, or I think now they recognize how much work it is and the model to be. But, well, it is, the cosmetic regulation is the model for all over the world, meanwhile. But it doesn't mean that the European legislation is at its end. We are, and I have written it here, currently we focus on human safety, and we have the cooperation with the Indian associations. I'll come back to that as well. But now we are facing environmental safety as well. And, and this is the next step and the next challenge. And we have common criteria for claims, and there is more to come. We have so many new legislations which are currently ongoing, like packaging waste directive, the environmental claims, sustainability. We have the PEF. We have sustainable for design. We have so many legislations which affect our industry. And we have an urban wastewater treatment directive, which is coming, which will come. So it's a lot of legislations, but all are going into the process, and the process is very complex. And what is even more complex is that, and I have marked it here in pink, the election of the European Parliament and the election of the new Commission. This will also be a big influence on what has happened, because all legislations which have not gone through up to February or so are gone. Then they wait until the new parliament is there, and then we don't know, will it be worse? Will it be better? So there's a lot we cannot say. So what I will speak about is, I will speak about a lot of things which are going, but I cannot promise that they will happen or will not happen or will even be worse. And we had some surprises like the urban wastewater treatment directive, which is really a nightmare. So, and it is not only about ingredients. It is about packaging, it's about product design, it's about the consumers, classification and labeling. That one is, at least for CLP, done. It's about the finished product, it's about advertising, it's about everything. Everything is under challenge in the European Union. So I have some highlights for you. REACH, very nice example, because REACH was supposed to be changed, but now postponed. Suddenly postponed for 2 years, 3 years. So what is written, no, sorry, I forgot to, okay, so what is written here is already, forget it. It's old, you know, so it changes every day. I can't tell you, you know, we are, I see my colleague Nico sitting there in the first row always nodding. It's honestly, if you work for an association in Europe for the moment, it's a nightmare. Because we have changes every day. And sometimes I cannot follow all the documents because I have to read them. So, yeah, what was the intention was to make a new REACH, or a stricter REACH, which regulates much more ingredients. It's implementing an essential use concept, a general risk assessment, a mix assessment factor, you know, an additional, you know, when you do a safety assessment of an ingredient, for example, for cosmetics, you have a factor of 10 and 10 and 10. And now you add another 10. Well, it's more safe, you know? But this means then, if you add another 10, we will lose 30, 40, 50% of the preservatives. Well, okay, so what? I mean, have an idea. But please don't claim preservative-free, because we know we need preservatives. But what shall we do? And then at the end, you know, if you lose about 50% of the preservatives, this means the other 50% is more in use, more allergies going up, you know, and that is the other situation. So, REACH under revision. The next one is the CLP. CLP is more or less done. It has an impact on ingredients, new hazardous classes, endocrine disruptors, very persistent, very bioaccumulative ingredient, and many, many more classes. What is important for us is the endocrine disruptors, because it will come. If it will not come tomorrow, for cosmetics, it will come in 2 years or whatever. We had a huge discussion about the MOX, because there was a change in the approach of the classification of the MOX. MOX is multi-constituent substances, and what has happened is they changed the approach. They said, and MOX are substances which are of natural origin, like essential ingredients from essential oils or something, you know? And they say if such MOC contains 0.5% of the ingredient classified as endocrine disruptor category 1, the whole essential oil is an endocrine disruptor. So, you know, this is something which is still ongoing in the parliament, but we think we got a 5-year time frame. But, you know, this could lead, and I think this could be of importance for India, you would lose a lot of essential ingredients from consumer products. This is something which we are facing. Now, of course, you are here to, you know, well, I have to go back. What is very important is that you have to understand. In the past, it was the cosmetic regulation. And we are very proud because mainly for the sake of the SMEs, the European legislation said, well, we do the cosmetic regulation, and if there is an SME and he or she understands the cosmetic regulation, then it's done. That's no longer the case. Because, you know, we have in the cosmetic regulation, we have, for example, the CMR categories, CMR 1 and 2. Nowadays, we have to understand at a very early stage when a CMR ingredient will be banned or will be under discussion. So we have to start much earlier, almost 2 years in advance, before it ever comes to the cosmetic regulation. Well, a revision of the cosmetic regulation is under discussion. I have written tomorrow. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We know what the background is, but it is. It might be a little bit problematic for us. We don't know. We don't know what the Commission will decide and what the Parliament will decide. Well, it's not, first of all, it's the Commission. They want a stricter regulation for cosmetics, but we have to see how this revision will go on. But you see already, it's already clear, if it comes, we will endocrine disruptors will be under regulation, respiratory sensitizers, STOTs, which is special targeted organ toxicity. So, I mean, there is more to come in Europe. Also, a new definition of nanomaterials. This means that colors, I think 50 colors out of the cosmetic color positive list will be nanomaterials because they are under the new definition, they are nanomaterials. And then that will have a big influence, and we have to submit dossiers for all the 60 ingredients. And you can imagine submitting a dossier is a huge challenge for our industry. Well, essential use. I see a lot of women here. All of you use this makeup. Well, this is not essential, isn't it? You don't need it. You just need drugs. Yeah, that's what you need, but not cosmetics. I mean, the authorities think, you know, cosmetics are not essential. You know, they are not, you know, to have a shower or shampoo. Why don't you wash your hair with water? It's enough, huh? So, you know, we are facing a real interesting situation, and maybe some of you remember that last year I have presented some studies which we did with consumers after the pandemic. And we asked them, now you were not able to go to the hairdresser, you were not able to use shampoo, you were not able to buy a perfume. How did you feel? What was it? And it is clear that it is essential for the consumer. There are studies from Cosmetics Europe, from our European Association, you know, how important these products are for the consumer. When I always remember, when I speak about essentiality, I always remember, maybe you've heard about it, we have made a youth study asking young women, when you go to an island, you're alone, you can take one cosmetic, what would you take? And everybody thinks, sunscreen, huh? They go to Caribbean island, they are alone. No, mascara. Mascara. Maybe the prince can come, I don't know, but they take mascara, you know? So you see, but it's important for them, you know. It's like in Germany we have a say like when the economy is going down, people buy a couch or lipstick because then they feel better. But you know, you have to explain that to the legislators. Well, so you see, there is more to come. But currently we don't know whether it will come. Honestly, when I see what is there, I sometimes think, well, maybe it's better it does not come now. Maybe when I'm retired it's better. Well, but there are some issues which are there, like labeling of fragrances in cosmetics. You have heard about that many years. This is now live, you know, it's the clock is ticking. There are 2 deadlines, placing on the market and 5 years, so you have to label the perfume ingredients. I have written there are guidelines. Oh, sorry, I forgot to. There are guidelines available on the website of the Cosmetics Europe website, how to label, because you have sometimes for the mixtures, for the essential oils, you have sometimes questions on how to answer, but I think most of the questions are answered, but these are very important. This is very important information. By the way, just to highlight what will come next, I will speak about it, is the question of off-pack labeling. Because, you know, we are more and more seeing the challenge. You said that, Gita, yesterday, labeling is a nightmare for a company. So we have to get in a situation where we can do labeling offline, you know, in a whatever possibility. And I will show you that we are on our way in Europe, but this is something I will talk later. So next, what I would like to highlight here is PFAS, because PFAS, I don't know whether it's the same in India, no, but in Europe it is a really It is a real challenge because it's substances with per and polyfluorinated alkyl residues. They are they call them the ever chemicals, you know, so they are around everywhere and all the time. So the NGOs are really focusing on it. I have to say they have never been really used a lot in cosmetics, but where we need them is for the, not for the production, but for example, when you clean the pipelines, you know, you have to have this, and then you have some residues maybe. But in principle, we decided in Europe to get rid of these ingredients. There is a recommendation. You can read the recommendation on the website from Cosmetics Europe. We want to go out of PFAS because this is, and you see the UK market is also, we think this is a very good initiative. I myself was pushing for it because I know that we had a magazine recently where they wrote these PFAS, they are used in cosmetics, they are so dangerous substances and so on. And then it's nice when you can say, well, we have a recommendation, so what? Forget it. You know, it helps the industry. So there is a drastic reduction of the cosmetic raw materials portfolio, believe me, that will come. A significant number of simultaneous processes changes, so we have 5 revisions, 3 new acts, that maybe tomorrow it's even more, so it's here. There will be new information obligations, environment, I will talk about that later. Transformation towards electronic, but a lot of information still on packaging for the moment. So there is a lot of need for us as industry to work effectively through the whole supply chain. There will be huge costs. Sorry, I'm speaking. There will be huge costs, and in time, replacement of the labels. And this is where we said, okay, now is the point where we need voluntary industry initiatives. And I have brought 4 examples of these voluntary initiatives to you because I think, you know, you should understand this is where we want to go as European industry. First is called Commit for Our Planet. That's a European initiative, and the initiative is to have industry-wide the idea to reduce the cosmetic sector's environmental footprint in Europe. You know, we want to be the driver in it. We don't want to leave it to the authorities. We don't want to leave it to the legislators. We want to leave it. We want to deliver impactful measures, results for the industry. We want to have as many European companies as possible, or even Indian companies. You know, it's open to the world, wherever. And we want to really provide also some possibilities for the SMEs, because for the SMEs it is more difficult, I have to say. International companies are on that track. They have to deliver a sustainability report. In Europe, it will come with a sustainability report even for the SMEs, but now it is, we want to help them to start the journey. You know, we have criteria, feasibility, inclusivity, it must be measurable. We have 2 steps, and we have 3 categories: climate, nature, packaging. So we want to go on this. That is the, yeah. We want to go on this: climate, nature, packaging. These are the 3 areas where we want to focus on for the moment. We want companies to join. It's very easy to join. It is not that you have to, you know, you can read everything on this website, Commit for Our Planet at cosmeticseurope.eu. And I have a picture of who already joined. So you see a lot of associations from Europe, which is down here, and of course the UK. I have to highlight that, Nico. So we have a lot of associations who have already joined, and a lot of companies, and it's companies every day, it's more companies, and we want to take them on the journey to a European Commit for Our Planet. The next initiative I have is the Eco Beauty Score Consortium. This is a worldwide initiative. And the Eco Beauty Score has already 70 players around the world. And you see here, it's from the website of the EBS, is presented in 46 countries. Reason behind is that the European Commission has developed a carbon footprint for products. And this is a no-go for cosmetics. So it was said that we have to do something which is valid for cosmetics. And the consortium, the objective of the consortium is to develop common environmental impact scoring system for cosmetic products. That's warranties, sorry. So to develop a common environmental impact scoring system for cosmetic products. You can have a website, you can have a look at the website. And this is something which is going now for 4 product categories. It's almost done. They are starting now to go on the market with the 4 product categories. We are starting, of course, to talk to the legislators about it. And I'm quite confident. We had a first meeting with our authorities, and we are quite happy. So this is something which will come, and of course, if it will be the worldwide product, it will also show up in India. So have a look at the website, and if your company feels that they would like to join, try. It is worth doing. So it is, but the website will always update on what is new. The next thing is what you have heard about is the safety assessors. I have already told you that there is the basic safety assessment requirement. All products must be safe, placed on the market. And that is now also in MOCRA. MOCRA is also asking for the safety assessment. And next week we will have a presentation in Miami for the Cosmoprof together with PCPC, and in May we will be having a seminar, the Suppliers Day, together with PCPC, because we can offer the tool. If you want to do safe, if you deliver products, they have to be safe. In India, in the US, in South America, everywhere. Indonesia, wherever you go. What is important is that you need to do something to demonstrate the safety. You don't need to do it in the way how we do it in Europe, which is quite a challenge, but you have to do it. You have to demonstrate the safety. And the idea is that we have the training. Which was developed in 1998. And we have currently 7 web trainings. And we are, for the moment, preparing number 8. And it's on NUMS. It will, yesterday we have accepted the outline. And we had a seminar on the NUMS in Frankfurt. And some of the safety assessors said to me, I will change my job, because the NUMS is really a challenge, because you have to understand, if you have a non-alternative method, how do I classify it? How do I work? So this is why we have developed a NUM, and the NUM is a NUM webinar, and the NUM webinar is a must for those who want to have our safety assessor assessment, our safety assessor approval. And we do it also together with PCPC, we do it together with ICCS, we do it together with IVVS, so it's with those who know the system. So it's very, very good. And number 4, that is the project of my heart, I have to say. This is a transparency initiative which was developed from Cosmetics Europe. Now I have to. Okay. No. There is no text here. Well, I'll tell you. Okay. It's strange. I have a text on my slide. No, that's step 2. I want to speak about step first. Okay, it's okay. Well, on 16 February 2023, Cosmetic Europe has published a European-wide ingredient database called Cosmal Europe. And this database is available in 14 languages. And you can see it under cosmaleurope.eu. You can find the 14 languages. It is all ingredients which are used in cosmetics. Well, yeah, 30,000, I think. For all ingredients, a function, a CAS number, a description, information about safety, SCCS opinion, CIR opinion, whatever is available. So, I mean, this is really something, this is more transparent. You cannot be more transparent. So, whenever a consumer asks a question, wants to get information, he can or she can get it. But that's not the end. There is more. There is an app. And you cannot download in India because we have not given the right to India, but maybe we should speak about that. There is a smartphone app called Cosmal Europe. So you have 2 possibilities. When you have this app on your phone, you can either go over the ingredients and you get the ingredients listed, and believe me, it's a good one. You can find the ingredients, and then you can get all the detailed information about the ingredients. Or the other possibility, you have the barcode, you scan the barcode. The information is fed by the company, and then you get all the information about the product, and you can mark and say, oh, this is an ingredient I'm allergic, and then it shows you immediately. And even if the formulation is changed, if the product is in the database, currently not all products are in the database. It is, as it's said here, it's launched on 30th of November in 8 languages. 5 more will come in January or February. No, it's January, it's over, February. So, well, it's functional throughout the European Union. Well, if there are requests, we could discuss for, and UK. sorry, but it's yeah. But it's really a good possibility, and of course we hope with such a possibility that we can get rid of the labeling on the package. We have, for example, tomorrow you will hear about Nature. We have organic labels. They are included already. So this means when a product has an organic label, it's included. We could include information on packaging. So, you know, there is a lot which this app can offer for the consumer. We could personalize it. We could, you know, we have to see what steps will be taken next. Now, for the moment, the companies are uploading the products. It will take time. It's not so easy because some of the products have, like, on several countries, you know. So this is something which is really a good step forward in the sense of transparency and, of course, in the sense of sustainability. Because, you know, if we have packaging material and the Packaging Waste Directive allows it, that we can offer the information on a virtual basis, so that could be one of the solutions. So, yes, that is some of the highlights from Europe. I'm pretty sure there is more to say, and I know that Gita will give a comparison from India, and she will focus on some other issues, so I think it's a good combination of both. I wanted to give you some outlines on what will come in the near future, and for some of us, it's a crystal globe, but let's see what will happen. Thank you very much. And shall we do later, or does anybody have questions? Well, the question is if a country like India wants Cosmal. Well, it's first of all, it's just the rights, you know, because in the App Store or in the Android store, the database is currently blocked for other countries outside Europe and UK, but it can be opened to India, And then it's, well, it's available in English, so that is, of course, if you want to have other languages, you have to do the translation, and the translation needs about, depending on the language, 4 to 5 months, because it's such a huge amount of, and what also maybe, if you have a different regulation, you have to add that. But you know, it could be added like saying, this ingredient is banned in India or something, or this ingredient is limited in India. That could be done. But in principle, that would be easy. And we have to get, we have the app in Germany since a while, and it was quite amazing how consumers understood, because consumers understand that it is a neutral. It's because, you know, when you have, I don't know whether you have apps like this here, we have UCAR in Europe or ToxFox in Germany, and they have advertisement. And the app has no advertisement. And this is, of course, the industry pays for it, but I mean, that is for the consumer a value. Because, you know, they found out that, for example, Yuka, they scan a product and 3 days later they get the advertisement of the product, you know, because you can do that. But this is not the case. This is not the case. Yeah, you can do it. If you have a UK phone, or I can make it available for you for test flight, and then you can have a look at it. Yeah, or you can see my phone. If somebody wants to see it, I have it on my, and I even have a product here, which is, we have developed a lipstick so that you can see it. So if somebody wants to see it, you can come and see. Any more questions? Well, thank you very much, and I'm available next 2 days. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Birgit, for that insightful presentation. It has truly set the tone for the sessions ahead. Birgit, may we please have you on the dais for a small token of gratitude?